Good evening. My name is Nathan Harrington, and welcome to How to Apply a Tourniquet 101. This evening, I'm going to be leading you step by step through the Army-approved process outlined in Field Manual 4-25.11. This manual leads you through exactly how to apply a tourniquet as a life-saving measure when arterial bleeding is happening on an extremity. The tourniquet that we're going to be using this evening is what's known as a CAT, or Combat Application Tourniquet. This tourniquet is a 2-inch band with Velcro on both sides, a pressure bar, a hitch, and a constricting bandage. This is something that I am very familiar with. For the past 3 years, I've been nationally certified as an EMT responder, and I've been a medic, active duty in the Army. Last year, I received the distinction of Expert Field Medical Badge. This highly competitive award is only given out to 10% of Army medical personnel. Now, this process can be used to save a life. And the most crucial aspect of this is proper application in a timely manner. This begins as you approach your wounded comrade. You're going to automatically yell out and try to make verbal contact with the person who's injured and lying on the ground. As you come forward, you're going to be saying, hey man, what's going on? What happened? Are you okay? If he doesn't respond, what you're going to instantly go into is a blood sweep. Now, this blood sweep, you're going to take your hands and you're going to run your hands down all 4 extremities, checking your hands at the end each time and seeing if there's any blood. Now, in this training circumstance, as we're running our hands down the left leg of this victim, our hands are going to be covered in blood. You tilt the victim and check. What we notice is that there's this bright red pulsing blood. This is indication of arterial bleeding. You have to act fast. The field manual outlines that a person can bleed to death within 3 minutes from arterial bleeding from the lower extremities. The purpose of this tourniquet is to apply pressure around the extremity tight enough where it actually pinches off the artery and stops the blood flow down to the wound. So you're going to want to put it above the wound closest to the heart. Now, because this wound is up higher on the calf, 2 inches above the wound, where the field manual outlines you're supposed to place the tourniquet, is going to place you right over the knee. This knee is a joint that's comprised of several bones that articulate together, with the veins passing through the sides of them and then continuing on up the leg. This makes for a very unstable surface that should be avoided when applying a tourniquet. Therefore, you go above the knee 2 inches, passing one end of the tourniquet through the buckle, securing to itself, and then the excess securing in a flat knot at the top. Next comes the pressure bar. Now, this pressure bar is going to turn and pinch the straps underneath, creating that effect that's actually going to close off the artery. As you're turning this bar, you're going to be observing the blood. And as you apply it properly, at the proper distance from the knee, you're going to notice that the blood is going to slow and then eventually stop. As soon as it stops, Field manual suggests that you continue for one more turn of the pressure bar before securing it in place with the strap. The last step of this is going to be cognizant of the fact that you are the first responder. You're going to have to transmit this person to another level of care down the road. This next person needs to know what time that tourniquet was placed in order to properly address how they're going to treat this leg. You will properly inscribe the exact time in which you place the tourniquet. After you've done this, you will continue to make sure that the patient is breathing, and you will wait for next help to come. Seems easy? It's your turn.